Welcome back, friends, to the shop. In today's video, I'm going to show you the simple way to clean darkened or blackened glass on a wood stove or fireplace using a common household chemical you probably have in your kitchen. What I'm talking about is this here. You can see the inside, even if you scrape on it, you can't see it. And some stoves get so bad that they are so sooted up that you can't even hardly see the fire behind them. That's kind of, if you're going to go to the trouble of having a glass front, half the joy is being able to watch the fire. There are a lot of bad recipes as to how to do this, and one that I used to do had to be the worst. I read somewhere, some old timer wrote somewhere, you take the fine soot here, right, this right here, and then you mix it in with some newspaper, and then you rub it with tons and tons of elbow grease, and you basically just grind all that off by I used to do that. It would take an hour. It was painstaking. My mom showed me a little trick that put a complete end to that, and we'll do that now. I'll show you the stuff you'll need. The secret ingredient is ammonia cleaner, just general purpose, right out of the bottle, and some sort of a kitchen sponge. All right, make sure, now this is just gonna, all this black will just run right down here. Make sure that you put some old towels or some rags down to catch that beforehand, or a tarp if you want, if you're going to do this inside your house. I'll saturate that sponge. I got a little tray in there. Maybe I should go get that and pour that in there. We'll see how it goes here. Look at that. And that is really, really baked on. Now, some stoves, my other Hearthstone that I had, it kept its window really clean if you burnt the wood properly. If you burn it at a good temperature, it would clean itself, really. It would soot up. And this one will do it to a certain extent as well, but on the edges, and to my fault, just the way that I'm going to grab a little tray so we don't contaminate the rest of the bottle. Now we're using the old noodle. This little tray, I bought this at a thrift store long time ago. I think it's like a little chafing dish or I think someone told me. I've cleaned more parts and knickknacks and doodads in this thing. Usually I keep a solvent brush with it. There we go. All right, yeah, you got to get after it. You got to get some quantity on here. I know I should be wearing some rubber gloves. I ran out, actually. I just ordered a new box today. Well, that really takes that off there. I mean, you really don't even have to. I've got the soft side of the sponge. I don't even have the Scotch-Brite side. Definitely seems to help to kind of saturate it a little bit. Let it sit on there just a minute. I think, as I was saying, some stoves will keep their glass cleaner than others. It must be the design or the way that the air flows through there that just kind of keeps it moving. I don't really know, but some of them stood up really bad, especially old fireplaces. Yeah, even those corners right there that were really stubborn and dark, once that sat on there, I can still feel a little bit of stubbornness on there. This is special fire glass. It's rated at extreme. It can take extreme temperatures. I broke a piece one time, and most glass shops can cut you a new piece. It's something that they have. I don't know if it's something made by Pyrex or what. Well, I gotta say, that was pretty painless. If I wouldn't have let it go so long, I know I didn't clean it once last year, so that was the whole winter, using it every day. All that soot built up on there. If I keep after it, I might just keep a little ammonia in here and just hit it every couple months or so. I finally got my inspection on the wood stove last week, I guess it was, and I failed. We installed this last year, and you have a year to get it done. I failed because I didn't have an external intake and an O2 sensor. So what an external intake is if you look here, you see that tube right there? And this is courtesy Jiraiya. Jiraiya did a nice job on that while we were gone. Did the cold air intake. Is that hooked up or is that not hooked up? I'll have to go, but it looks like I might have to hook that up. Cold air intake that goes to the outside. Now the reason for that in combination with the carbon monoxide sensor, I think what it is, or O2, I forget what it is. Propane. Propane is heavier than air, and if you have a leaking propane tank, it can leak and it can hover along the ground, and then the moment you ignite a fire, or if the fire is burning, if you leave it burning overnight to heat the shop, it can explode. So that cold air intake goes on the outside, which I'll show you. And the cap is right there with the little louver covers on it to keep the mice and rodents and such out. Well, that looks a lot better, huh? Wouldn't you say? Man, that looks so nice. I always forget how pretty it is when it gets all black like that. All right, well, it's nice to be back. We just got back last night from I guess we were 5 days. We rode our dirt bikes, Jack Bryan and myself, across the state of Washington all the way up to Canada. I got a whole bunch of footage I shot. I may or may not do a video on it. I'll import it in today and take a look at it. We're kind of just unpacking and rehabbing the camper and getting all the stuff put away and all that. It almost takes a day just to get your life reorganized after those big trips like that. So yeah, that's it. We should be hearing on the Cat, on the skid steer, the 249. That should be, the parts were supposed to be in, I guess, last week. So I'll give the dealership a call today. Maybe that's something that we can maybe even go get today. Who knows? Might be a good day for it. It's just pouring down rain and storming today, and I just don't want to be out in it, to be honest with you. So might just keep myself occupied out here in the shop. Mrs. W always thinks that I'm busy if I'm out here working in the shop. I kidded with her the other day. I said I might have to make my wood shop kind of convertible and put some chairs and maybe some couches there, and as much time as the Brian's my neighbor now. He moved in next door to us that we spend together. We might have to have our own clubhouse out here, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. May God bless you and all your family. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.
I am master of my own house, inside and out. But she's the queen of the castle. She the hat, I the tassel.